Hello everybody and welcome back to Hutan Pantai. Yes, we do have the massive New Holland CR11 and I wish I could say we owned it, but we don't. We are going to own it this year though. I'm hoping by, well, I say this year, maybe early next year. I'm hoping by January, February we'll be able to own it. And as somebody quite rightly pointed out, yes, we could have actually bought the header. We did have the money to buy the header, so that would have saved a rental fee, but what's done is done now. I can't really go back in time and change that. Good job it's not mine, I've just broken it. Whoops. Right, we do need to put the header into trailer format. There we go. I should have just done that before, but because the yard was right there, I was thinking I could risk it. Never worth it. Never worth risking it. Especially with this sort of money. These things, I can't believe how expensive this setup here is. Almost £1 million, including the header. Quite amazing. But actually, I don't think the combine is going to be needed again this month, unless we do a contract for somebody, which we could do. But at the same time, I don't think it's really worth it because we have so much to do on our own property. And yes, we're going to keep saving up for other fields as well, but this combine is probably going to become the priority. Right, so because we have harvested field number 8, it means that we do now have... Oh, I need to park these vehicles, don't I? Control T. Yes, there's quite a few to park. There we go. It's actually most of the vehicles. There's only one more I need to do, and that is this one here at the store. So there we go. We'll only tab to the vehicles that we actually need to use on a regular basis. The forklift we can obviously go to, but we'd have to go through the menu or drive to it in person, which would be an even better idea. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into a case... oh no, maybe the Matthew Ferguson. Where's my baler? Where's my baler? No, it probably is down there, isn't it? I think the case tractor. And yeah, we'll be doing more winching. But these trees here essentially are all for here. They're all for this sawmill. The other big sawmill, which is currently being rented, I'm going to feed with the obscure trees. So we'll put a few different variety trees onto the flatbed trailer, and we'll take them over there. But we're not going to do that right now. We do have to do this baling. Good just to get those bales undercover. Or, well, I say undercover. Our other ones are not undercover. Just into the yard. And then that field can be drilled again in probably September, maybe even August if we're going to do something like canola. If that's allowable on this map. I can't remember because it's different on different maps. Okay, and I know there's been a few requests for me to get another tractor as well. If we had the money right now, I would do, but I think I'm already quite crazy with the money. I do spend it quite a lot. So we'll get one when the time is right. Okay, so this shouldn't take too long. Let's get this field baled because we were using such a massive header. There's not too many swaths to go at. So yeah, I think maybe a 1 minute time lapse and then we'll be done. And we can bring the auto stacker over here, which is currently at the top farm, and we can get them all picked up. A lot of bales. And these are the biggest, 240. I'm pleased that I have an auto stacker. Yeah, when you have the auto stacker, you don't really appreciate how long that would take. I suppose it wouldn't take too long, but yeah, how much longer it would take with the telehandler. So I'm just going to keep stacking them outside here, because I think what we're going to do is we're going to sell most of our straw in January. But before then, we're going to get a pretty good idea of how much we actually do need, because we've got a lot of months to go through. Feeding the water buffalo. I'm going to have to do some feed mixes as well. Actually, shall I just... Yeah, I should just get the Massey Ferguson. We're going to do some feed mixes with this mixer today, because we do need to top up quite significantly the big shed for water buffalo. I don't know if I'm right in saying I regret getting it. Probably would help if I took the auto stacker with us. Don't know if I would regret getting that shed, but it doesn't seem so smooth in the way it operates. It's a little confusing, I've got to admit. But well, they are producing milk, so like it works. It clearly works, so that's good. We're not going to get rid of it, but I just wish it was a little less confusing. I think it's confused everybody. So yeah, although yes, it is an auto. Good gravy, you nut. Made me lose my train of thought. Yeah, although we do have it as an auto feeding shed, it doesn't really feed much per hour, so yeah, you still really, I think if you're going to have the quantity in there that we've got, you've got to really still do the mixture. But that's fine, I don't really mind that too much, because we do have the biggest mixer. But before we get on to doing the feed mixes, here we are in a wonderful field of straw bales. I will just get the total for us. 25. Kind of looks like more than 25. But yeah, 25 with this one. Clear that in no time. This was the first bale that popped out. It's a bit different. Probably a grass bale. Well, grass or hay. So that's going on top, because then we can just take it off very easily. I realise I have stacked partially on the wall. As long as it doesn't make the game crash or anything, it's fine. Okay, yeah, so we'll take this back to the top farm. We're probably going to need the auto stacker fairly soon again for more hay. Yeah, you can actually go into the wall with that, that's amazing. If I was to release it here, they would go orbital. I kind of feel like I should know. I need to resist the temptation. I could have saved the game first. But yeah, we'll go back up here. We'll do a feed mix and we'll bring it down here to this farm. We will need the wheel loader, but I think... where did I put the wheel loader? It's either at the sawmill, or it's still up there. Daggerwin, get down from there. Interesting glitch. Right, well, this needs to stay here because we can't have it getting in the way of the mixer. Now we've probably got a load more milk as well from the goats, because the new goat enclosure is just incredible. Really good. Right, so where is it? There it is. Yeah, it's still up here. It's good to know. Was this ready to open? 80%, okay. So in that case, we'll prepare everything. We'll actually, I'll scoop this up. This can go in. 80%, yeah, obviously a good 20% away from being ready, but that doesn't take too long to process. I would like to think by 4 o'clock it will be done. As long as everything else is still functioning, we can pass a few hours. Let me just double check everything is okay here. So the chickens are fine. The goats are fine. Yeah, because they've got their meadow. Those chickens are fine. They're fine. They're fine. And they're not fine. They're the ones that we're trying to feed, though, so there's nothing I can really do. They should get the hourly food from the auto mixer, but yeah, as we know, it doesn't really mix a great deal in one go. So there's nothing else I can really do except for buying silage, but there's no point doing that when we've got over 300,000 litres almost ready. Ready today. Don't want to use too many hay bales because we do need to make sure we've got enough. We can go a bit more with the silage once it's ready. So I'll only do 2 of them. I normally do 3. But as yes, we've just made loads of silage and we have not just made loads of hay. We've got to be a little bit careful. We can put a full straw bale in. Okay, it's almost full. It's 94%. So that goes into there. Into there, not over there. And let's just speed up time a bit. Whilst it's doing that, I'll drive over there. This little sawmill here is producing another pallet of beams. That's good to see. It's going to give us a notification when it is ready, so I don't need to keep checking. We'll go and get the tractor. It's going to be the last one I tap to. Yes, that's already quite a good mix. We could get away with putting a little bit more straw in if we really wanted to. There we go, it's done. So yeah, I guessed 4 and it was 10 past 3. That's not bad. Okay, so let's fill that to the brim. After opening this, delicious fresh silage, always nice to see. Couldn't do without this wheel loader now. I know quite a lot of people get annoyed by its reversing tone, like the white noise sound. It is a bit irritating, I suppose. It doesn't bother me, but yes, it's not the most pleasant sound to listen to, I admit. I think it's usually 3 loads, isn't it? About 3 loads to fill it. Always nice to see a full bunker. It is the sign of success. Oh yeah, and the fields that this grass came from, the silage came from, they really should be fertilised. Right, so is that giving us a good mix? It's a very good mix. But as I said, yeah, we could have got away with putting a little bit more straw in. I suppose, yeah, as I said, it was 6% off being a full bale, so next time it will be a better mix. Well, it won't be a better mix, it'll actually be a worse mix, but it'll be more padded out, so we're not using as much silage. Anyway, yes, let's go and take it to them. That's good to see. If we can really keep on top of the food for this place, we're going to be doing so well for milk. Because the problem is their health keeps dropping off because they keep lacking food. So that's where 45,000 litres come to. It's about a third, and it's probably... Yes, yeah, so 3 of them won't fill it, I don't think, but it would be seriously good jump in the right direction. So I'm going to do 2 more full feed mixes, and then we can hopefully leave it to the machine to keep topping it up. You can see we've got all the ingredients in there, so there's no excuses except for it being just a bit too small. That's the only thing. Right, we have got load number 3. I just had an idea. I'd love to make a cut through in the woods over there, in the hillside, because it'd be a great shortcut from the road. I really have no idea how well it'll work. Also, this polytunnel here is really in the way, so, and we don't use it, so if it's worth anything, well, it's worth something. Then we'll get rid of it. There we go. Going to keep my greenhouses and stuff all at the top farm. So yeah, I want to see if I can make a good shortcut through the trees. We own the land, so if we use landscaping tool, then it should well be possible. Anyway, as I said, I'm not expecting this to totally fill the trough, but I would expect it to be about 90% full. At least that's what I'd hope. Look how full it is. It's such a massive... It's massive, isn't it? I guess it's 150,000 litres in total. But we've got it to 131, so that's not bad. That is not bad at all. So we'll see how they get on with that. I'll leave this here for now. I think in the future what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some silage bales for this farm, because driving all the way up there every time is just a bit silly. And then we can use the pit for the water buffalo up there. And yeah, let's get into the wheel loader again. I'm going to need my log grab. This might end up being a total failure, but it's just a bit of an experiment. Can't wait to see if it actually works. Because I know there's a load of rocks, and if our boundary is not within the area beyond the rocks, then this is not going to work. And also, there's going to be a dividing line between us and the public road, and if there's still a bit of hillside, which is part of the public road, not our land, then that's going to stop it from working too. So it is just a total experiment. We'll see how we go. But essentially, I want to come off here. I want to put a track in here, because it takes off that corner, and it's surprising how that adds up. And then it'd be great to come sort of through here. Let me just pick up this grab, because it's going to be rather handy. I won't start texturing yet, because it might not work. We need to see if we can make the carving in the hill first. Yeah, so here's the rocks. Obviously we can't drive over them. This is where it'd have to come out, and do we own this area here? It's directly opposite the junction. Do we own it? No doubt we don't. Let's have a look. Oh, how annoying is that? So we'd have to buy plot 35. Oh, that is so annoying. Are these the type of rocks that you can break with the skid steer? They actually might be. They might be. We need to get rid of these. Okay, so it's not all a disaster yet then. We'll get the hydraulic breaker, which should be over here, and we'll see if we can break them up. It's not going to accumulate or anything. I don't really want it for the stones. We've got the debris crusher for that. It's literally just to get rid of them. Yep, so that's the hydraulic breaker. Just there, the jackhammer. Let's trundle over there. Got a top speed of 7 miles... Oh no, we haven't. 11 miles per hour. I don't even want to get rid of all of them, just some of it. It looks too big to be the type of rock you can remove. Yeah. I think it's solely decorative and not the type that you can jackhammer. Fiddlesticks. Yep, so we do not own. Just there. There's the landscape anywhere mod. But it's still not our land to be doing that with, so it would seem really bad. Oh, it's so annoying. So we'd have to buy this, which is no bad thing, but yeah. Okay, well the next area would be here. And that's not really working either. But we definitely own this. Yeah, okay, we'll do it here. We'll put the track in. So it can be probably not asphalt. I think probably just gravel. Gravel will be fine. Because I'm always taking a shortcut across here. And it kind of looks bad. Because it is just, you know, forest. And there's no real reason why I shouldn't be using it. It's our land. I think I'll go to there, but I'll also go across here too. There we go. It's always been a bit of an awkward area. So, well, we don't even need to get rid of the trees on this side if we don't want to. But the trees within it, they will need to go. Look at this. This is so much better. I like this. It's weird how that's made the area look completely different. We do have trees encroaching into the track though. They will go. We'll just take them to the sawmill. In fact, these trees are so small we can just pick them up by hand. That's great. And yeah, we need to fit the stump grinder to this. Out of my way. I've got my angry stump grinding disc on. Look at it spin! Good way of getting rid of the AI traffic. Just threaten them with a stump grinding disc. Right, okay. So let's get these stumps out of the road so I don't go flying next time I bring a lorry through here. We'll just cut down those other ones. And then, like I said, I really do need to fertilise those grass fields. Pretty important, because if we don't make them as productive as possible, then we're just essentially wasting time, because we could get so much grass per cut, and I'll have to cut it again much sooner, just because I didn't fertilise it. So, gonna fertilise. Might use the sprayer actually. We've got digestate, but that's all set up down at the other farm in those fields. Field number 8 needs to be done with digestate, so we'll just spray these grass fields. Come on, good grief. Today. Wow, that's stubborn. That is really stubborn. Come on! Thank you. Although I know in real life that would take quite some time to eat through that. Right, so we just got these ones. So this one, silver birch. Let's get rid of that. For the time being, we'll just pick them up and put them into here. And then that one is a bit close, but it's potentially okay. Probably is okay. Go into there. Is that everything? Wow. I did actually choose quite a good path, although it's not exactly what you'd call level, this road. So I might end up smoothing it out a bit, but we'll just see how we get. Nah, this tree's in the way, isn't it? We'll get rid of this tree. There we go. That's better. I would have got stuck on it. And then one more. And then we'll get the sprayer. I think the sprayer is actually down at the new farm. So that needs to go onto the class track, which is also down at the new farm. And we'll do... Let's have a look here. Right, we'll do 32, 26, which is this field here. Yeah, we'll do those two. That'll be good, because I'm sure we'll be cutting them again really, really soon. In fact, they're not fully grown, are they? I don't think they are. I think they almost are. Nope. Okay, so that's perfect. Let's get cracking. Well, we're going to have some seriously lush grass here. We're going to be making a lot of hay very, very soon. Field number 26, field number 32, and, well, I think we probably will buy another grass field, actually. One which is already grass, and also one which isn't super expensive. I think there was one nearer to the new farm. I think, right, somewhere over here. Let's find out which one it was. Field number 15. There's also field number 49, which is literally opposite 26. That could be an obvious one to go for. Oh yeah, but then I didn't go for that last time because it incorporates a lot of unusable land. Whereas 15, oh, that does too. Hang on, what is 15? Ah. Yeah. So 15, just trying to get my bearings. Yes, it incorporates this area here. An area of rocks and trees. Not really suitable for making hay in. But yeah, you do get that area there. So we might well buy this, potentially. Haven't really decided which one, but one of them is going to be suitable. Okay, so we'll just fold that up and we'll take it back over to this farm over here. And then I think we're done for today. We've done quite a bit. There we go. We'll probably end up selling those mowers because I don't really use them anymore. We're going to get the Krone Big M eventually when we can afford to buy it, or I might just keep renting it, I'm not too sure. But anyway, we'll leave it here. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.